Well, in 2 weeks' time, Argentina will have a new president. Javier Milei has positioned himself as an outsider who can employ creative solutions to Argentina's economic woes. Milei's rise to power may surprise many, but not those who have closely watched Argentina. Argentina's economy has been in the ICU for nearly 8 decades, while many blame Peronism, a leftist populist ideology, and political instability for it. In fact, Argentina had over 30 heads of state and 6 coups between 1930 and 1983. The country was once among the world's wealthiest, on par with the US, but now it has given rise to the term Argentina paradox, a once rich country which turned into a developing country. So the question being that what went wrong for Argentina? Can Milei turn around the economy? To get more insights, we're now being joined by Ambassador R. Vishwanathan, India's ex-envoy to Argentina, a well-known Latin American expert as well. Welcome to the broadcast, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now, with the election of Javier Milei, with what major changes do you see taking place in the Argentine economy?
Argentines are not new to crisis. They had many crises in the past, many debt defaults, hyperinflation of 3,000%. So they had gone through many crises and they also have come out of them. And right now they are going through a crisis, but this is not as big as the one they had in 2001 and 2, the historic crisis, when the whole Argentine economy and the society collapsed. So the current one is still fixable and manageable, and they need an out-of-the-box solution at the moment. Since the inflation is right now about 140%, they have got external debt of about $270 billion, and the peso has devalued almost about $1 to 1,000 pesos. The last since they came out of military dictatorship in 1983, the country has been ruled mostly by the leftist Peronists and for 2 terms by the rightists. But neither of them have been able to give a stable, sustainable growth to the economy. On the other hand, both of them, they have messed up, and right now we have a country, as you mentioned, which was one of the top 10 richest countries in the 1900s, today has got 40% of poverty. So people wanted a change. People wanted a change from the left and the right, and here was an outsider, and they voted for him.
Right, Mr. Vishwanathan, Javier Milei has promised dollarization and moving away from the BRICS, among other measures, to fix the economy. Now, dollarization has failed in Zimbabwe. Will this idea have any impact with the people in Argentina, and will Milei actually dollarize Argentina?
There are other countries in Latin America which are dollarized, like Ecuador, El Salvador, and Panama. But they have been surviving and doing relatively not bad in the last 20 years or so. Even Argentina had kind of 1:1 fixed parity between peso and dollar for 10 years during President Menem's time between 1990 and 2000. So they have experience. So it is one of the solutions. But the thing is, right now, Argentina does not have enough dollars. The treasury is empty, and they don't have enough foreign exchange. So they would not be able to do it immediately. That's why Javier Milei has walked back on his dollarization and abolition of the central bank. And he said, we would see later. And about this BRICS, I don't think it would be a big loss if Argentina says no to BRICS. It doesn't add any value to BRICS at the moment, because BRICS, as you know, originally it was supposed to be the countries with unprecedented promise of economic prosperity and growth.
Yes.
Argentina definitely doesn't qualify for this one. On the other hand, BRICS doesn't add value to Argentina at this moment, because right now what they need is the help of IMF. Wall Street, and since he is center-right and he wants to go in the free market way, he needs the West more. So it is not in his interest to go to the other side of the BRICS, which challenges the Western domination.
Yes, Mr. Viswanathan, you spoke of how Argentina faces a massive economic crisis, and this is not the first time that Argentina has been in an economic trouble. What do you see are the reasons for Argentina's persistent economic troubles since the 1940s?
Well, Argentina has blessed with abundant natural resources, fertile soil. For example, La Pampa, the famous Argentine agricultural plains, one of the 3 richest soils in the world, one of the 3 top, along with Ukraine and Iowa in United States. But La Pampa is even better than the other 2, because the other 2, they cannot have crops during winter, which is heavy. So Argentina can have 3 crops, and the yield per hectare is very high. For example, in India, we produce 1 ton per hectare, and they produce 4 tons per hectare. And they have got minerals, they have got oil, they have got gas, they have lithium, which is needed by the world. But the thing is, the Argentines have this creativity to create poverty out of prosperity. That's
right.
And it's a cyclical thing. It has been going on. But I'm sure that they would be able to come out of this crisis, because last time when they had this crisis in 2000, that was a much more serious one.
Right,
and the whole society collapsed.
Right. Thanks very much for joining us here on WIOR and sharing insights with us on this story.